Hello everybody, welcome to juriscentral.com online classes for law exams. So today I will be dealing with you the MCQ questions on Information Technology Act for your upcoming UPSC Public Prosecutor exam. So many of you have been requesting me for a very long time that I shall do a session on that. So now I am doing a session on your extreme demand, and let us see what are the kinds of questions we are going to see today. And also let me tell you, I am going to deal with you a total number of 118 questions. So let us start with our first question. So the questions are based, the first questions and the following questions are based on a preliminary chapter 1 sections 1 to 2. So let us see. The Information Technology Act 2000 came into force on option number B 17th of October 2000. Second, the Information Technology Act 2000 extends to option number A, whole of India. 3. The Information Technology Act 2000 applies to offences committed, option number C, in India and outside India by any person. Question number 4. According to section 2F, what is used to verify the digital signature? This is option number B, public key. Question number 5. Which of the following related with digital signature? This is option number D, all of the above. Private key, public key, authentication of electronic records. So let me tell you, the questions are not at all difficult. These questions are procedural based and also based on the sections of the Act. So in case if you face any difficulty, I would suggest you to go through the bare Act once. These questions are not at all conceptual, and especially the questions relating to cyber law are not very difficult. So just follow my words, and if you have any doubts, you can share the same in the comment section below. Question number 6. Sonu is not sure how exactly a digital signature system works. Help her to understand the process by choosing the most appropriate statement. So the correct option is option number D. A digital signature is verified by using hash function and public key. Question number 7. Subscriber means a person in whose name the option number D, electronic signature certificate, is issued. Question number 8. Electronic signature includes option number B, digital signature. Question number 9. Match the following. So let us match. Section 2 clause 1 subclause B deals with originator. Section 2 subclause 1 subclause W deals with intermediary. Section 2 clause 1 subclause Z deals with originator, and section 2 clause 1 subclause ZZ deals with subscriber. Question number 10. Cyber security according to the IT Act 2000 means option number C, protecting information, equipment, devices, computer resource, communication device and information stored therein from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification or destruction. Question number 11. Mona is confused about asymmetric encryption. Clarify her doubts by choosing the most appropriate statement. So the correct option is option number B. A message encrypted with a private key can only be decrypted with a public key. Question number 12. How do we understand by key pair under the Information Technology Act? The correct option is option number C. It's a private key and it's mathematically related public key. Question number 13. A private key and its mathematically related public key which are so related that the public key can verify a digital signature created by the private key. In an asymmetric crypto system, it means key pair. Key pair means both private key as well as public key. Question number 14. Digital signature authenticates the electronic record by use of option number B, asymmetric crypto system. Question number 15. A person who sends, generates, stores or transmits any electronic message or causes any electronic messages to be sent, generated, stored or transmitted to any other person is called, so that person is called originator. Now we'll deal with questions relating to chapter 2, which is digital signature and electronic signature, section 3. Question number 16. According to section 3 of the IT Act, a subscriber may authenticate an electronic record by affixing this option number B, this is digital signature. Question number 17. By which one of the following acts does Information Technology Act allow any subscriber to authenticate an electronic record? So this is actually option number A, by affixing his digital signature or by reliable electronic signature or electronic authentication techniques. So by this, by this procedure, any person, any subscriber is allowed to authenticate an electronic record. Question number 18. According to Section 3 of the IT Act, the authentication of the electronic record shall be effected by use of this option number C, asymmetric crypto system and hash function. Question number 19. According to Section 3 Clause 4 of the IT Act, what is the unique feature of the private key and public key? So they are unique to the subscriber, option number A. Question number 20. Under Section 3A of IT Act, a subscriber may authenticate any electronic record which is option number D, both considered reliable and be specified in the second schedule of the Act. Now we will be dealing with questions relating to Chapter 3 Electronic Governance, Sections 4 to 10A. 21. Which provision of the IT Act talks about the legal recognition of the electronic records? This is option number A, Section 4. Section 4 talks about legal recognition of what kind of information? This is option number D. Information made available in an electronic form. Question number 23. According to Section 4 of the IT Act, the requirement of a document being in writing shall be deemed to be satisfied if the information is option number A, rendered or made available in an electronic form and accessible so as to be usable for a subsequent reference. Question number 24. Which section of the IT Act gives parity to electronic which one? I was dealing with question number 24. Which section of the IT Act gives parity to electronic signature with signature in writing? This is option number D, Section 5. 25. Which section of the IT Act provides that the rules, bylaws, etc. may be published electronic gazette? May be published in electronic gazette. This is option number D, Section 8. Question number 26. Which section of the IT Act provides validity of the contracts made through electronic means? This is option number C, Section 10A. So let me tell you people, these questions are very important. So I would suggest you to go through the questions again and again, because these questions are based on sections of the Act. So you need to memorize all the sections and their provisions very carefully. Question. Then we will be dealing with questions relating to Chapter 4, Attribution, Acknowledgement and Dispatch of Electronic Records, Sections 11 to 13. 27. According to Section 11, an electronic record shall be attributed to originator, option number A, if it was sent by originator himself. 28. According to Section 13, the dispatch of an electronic record occurs when option number C, it enters the computer's resource outside the control of the originator. 29. An electronic record is deemed to be dispatched at the place, option number A, where the originator has the place of business. 30. Under the Information Technology Act, when is an electronic record attributed to the originator? So this is actually option number D, 1, 2 and 3. When it is sent by the originator himself and the information system programmed by originator sends electronic record automatically. Third, when the electronic record is sent by a person who had authority to act on behalf of the originator. So all these cases attributes to the originator who sends through an electronic record. Then Chapter 5, Secure Electronic Records and Secure Electronic Signature, Sections 14 to 16. 31. Secure Electronic Signature as described in Section 15 means option number D, when the signature creation data is under the exclusive control of signatory. 32. Which among the following is authorized under the Information Technology Act 2000 to prescribe the security procedures and practices for the purpose of Sections 14 and 15? So this is authorized by option number A, Central Government. Then we will be dealing with questions relating to Chapter 6, Regulation of Certifying Authorities, Sections 17 to 34. 33. Which section of IT Act deals with the appointment of Controller of Certifying Authorities? Option number A, Section 17. 34. Controller of Certifying Authorities under the IT Act is appointed by option number B, Central Government. 35. According to Section 18 of the IT Act, the functions of Controller include all of the above: exercising supervision over the activities of the certifying authorities; B, certifying public keys of the certifying authorities; C, laying down the standards to be maintained by the certifying authorities. 36. Which authority recognizes foreign certifying authorities? This is option number A, the Controller. 37. Select the most appropriate statement about a recognized foreign certifying authority in India. This is option number C. A foreign certifying authority is a certifying authority previously approved by the central government before being recognized by the controller and is required to be notified in the official gazette. 38. Which authority under the IT Act grants license to issue electronic signature certificate? So this is actually option number C. Controller issues the same. 39. According to section 21 of the IT Act, license granted to licensing authority is option number C, both A and B. So this is not transferable and not heritable. Then 40. The maximum fees which may be levied for granting license under section 22 is option number C, 25,000 rupees. 41. The renewal fees under section 23 of the IT Act for renewal of license is option number C, 5,000. 42. What are the grounds of suspension and revocation of license under section 25 of the IT Act? This is option number D. It has contravened any provisions of this Act, rule, regulation or order are made thereunder. So under these circumstances, the license can be suspended and also be revoked under section 25 of the IT Act. 43. What is the maximum time period under which section 25 of the IT Act for which the controller may suspend license without giving reasonable opportunity to the certifying authority? So it shall not exceed option number D, 10 days. Then 44. According to section 28, who has the power to make investigation of any contravention under the IT Act? This is option number C, the controller. 45. The application for the renewal of the license of certifying authority shall be made days in advance before the date of the expiry of the period of validity of license. So this is option number B, 45 days. 46. What is the prescribed punishment to be imposed on certifying authority if it fails to surrender the license as directed by section? This is not 31, by mistake it has been printed here 31, but this is 33 cross 1. So this is actually who has been granted the license, if he fails to surrender the same, then he shall be in that situation imprisonment up to 6 months or fine up to 10,000 rupees or both. Then 47. Which provision of the IT Act creates an obligation on the part of the certifying authority to display of license? Is option number A, section 32. 48. Which provision of the IT Act provides for surrender of the license by the certifying authority? Option number B, section 33. Chapter now will be dealing with questions relating to chapter 7, electronic signature certificate, sections 35 to 39. Digital signature certificate under the IT Act is issued by certifying authority. 50. A digital signature certificate issued by a certifying authority, option number B, can be revoked if the subscriber makes a request. 51. Under section 37 of the IT Act 2000, the certifying authority can suspend the digital signature certificate if option number C and D, the subscriber requests for the same and also in public interest. Then question number 52. According to section 38, the grounds of revocation of digital signature certificates are all of the above: on the request of the subscriber, on the death of subscriber, upon the dissolution of the firm or company, if the subscriber was a juristic person. Now we will be dealing with questions relating to chapter 8, which deals with duties of subscribers, sections 40 to 42. 53. Under which section key pair is generated under the Act? This option number is section 40. 54. Which section of the Act provides duties of subscriber of electronic signature certificate? This option number B, section 48. 55. When a subscriber shall be deemed to have accepted a digital signature certificate. So when it is actually deemed to have accepted, that the subscriber has accepted a digital signature certificate, this in the case of both A and B, when he publishes a digital signature certificate to one or more persons. B, when he publishes or authorizes the publication of a digital signature certificate in a repository. 56. Who has the control of private key? Option number A, the subscriber. Now chapter 9, which deals with penalties, compensation and adjudication, sections 43 to 47. What is the maximum limit of damages payable under section 43 of the Act? This is option number D, no limit. 58. Under section 43, what are the grounds of grounds to become liable for payment of compensation? So compensation is paid under section 43 of the IT Act. It is for all of the above, and it is generally compensation is paid to the harm which is caused to the computer resource. Charging the services availed of by a person to the account of another person by tampering with or manipulating any computer system or computer network, destruction, deletion or alteration of any information residing in a computer resource or diminishing its value or utility or affecting it injuriously by any means. C. Stealing, concealing, destroying or altering or causing any person to steal, conceal, destroy or alter any computer source code used for a computer resource with an intention to cause damage. So these are the all of the above. Then question number 59 under section 43A. What is the required mens rea to make a body corporate liable to pay compensation to the person affected? This is option number A, negligence. 60. What is the maximum punishment according to section 45 of the Act? So the maximum is none of the above. 61. Under section 46 of the IT Act, the adjudication officer not being the competent court has power to adjudicate the matters of the value up to 5 crore rupees. So this is the jurisdiction of the adjudication officer under section 46. Pecuniary jurisdiction, if I say. 62. What is the minimum rank to be appointed as the adjudicating officer under section 46 of the IT Act? This is option number A, director to the Government of India. 63. Who appoints the adjudicating officers under section 46 of the IT Act? This is option number B, the central government. Now we're dealing with questions related to chapter 10, which deals with the appellate tribunal, sections 48 to 64. 64. Appeal against the decision of controller of certifying authorities is heard by option number B, appellate tribunal. 65. According to section 57 of the Information Technology Act 2000, a person aggrieved by an order made by the controller or an adjudicating officer may prefer an appeal to option number A, appellate tribunal. Question number 66. The appeal to the cyber appellate tribunal lies from the order and adjudication of, just now I have told you, controller and adjudicating officer, both A and B. 67. What is the period within which the appeal has to be preferred to appellate tribunal after receiving the copy of the adjudication? Option number A, 45 days. So 45 days is the period of limitation. Which of the following statement is or are correct? So these option number B, 1 and 2 only under the Information Technology Act. The appellant can make a legal representation in person. 2. The appellant can authorize one or more legal practitioners to present his case before the appellate tribunal. 69. In the cases before the appellate tribunal, the appellant, option number D, cannot authorize his relative who is neither his officer nor a legal practitioner to appear on his behalf. Then question number 70. Appeal against the decision of appellate tribunal under the IT Act may be filed in. Then the appeal against the decision of the appellate tribunal directly lies to the High Court. Option number A, 71. Under the Information Technology Act, which of the following is true? Option number B. The controller can compound any contravention either before or after the institution of adjudication proceedings. So here the controller has given the right is empowered to compound the offences which are given under the Act. Question number 72. Within what period the appellate tribunal shall attempt to dispose the appeal from the date of its receipt? Is option number B, 6 months. 73. Which provision of IT Act expressly bars the jurisdiction of the civil court in the matters for which an adjudicating officer has been appointed under the IT Act? This option number A, section 61. So under section 61, it actually bars the jurisdiction of the civil court in the matters for which an adjudicating officer has been empowered. Question number 74. A person aggrieved with the decision of the appellate tribunal may appeal to, then he may appeal to option number High Court. We have already dealt this question. 75. Which provision of the IT Act provides for composition of the contravention of the provisions of the Act? This has been given under section 63. 76. Who has the authority to compound the contravention of the IT Act under section 63? This could be done by the controller and adjudication officer. Now we will deal with the most important chapter, which is chapter 11, offences, section 65 to 78, and the questions are generally asked from this chapter. So remember, this chapter, offences under the IT Act, is given under chapter 11 and the sections are 65 to 78. 77. What is the mens rea required to commit the offence of tampering with the computer source document as given in section 65 of the IT Act? This is option number B, knowingly or intentionally. 78. What is the punishment for the offence under Section 65 of the IT Act. So, Section 65, first of all, it deals with the offence of tampering with the computer source, and the punishment which is provided is imprisonment up to 3 years or fine up to 2 lakh rupees if I talk about Section 65. 79. Section 66A of the Information Act was struck down by the Supreme Court on the ground of violation of option number C, freedom, speech and expression. 80. In which of the following judgments had the Supreme Court struck down Section 66A of the Information Technology Act 2000 is option number A, Shreya Singhal versus Union of India, and it has been decided in the year 2015. 81. When somebody receives a stolen smartphone or laptop, under which provision of the IT Act he can be prosecuted? Option number A, Section 66B. 82. What is the actus reus required for the offence under Section 66B of the IT Act? This is option number C, either A or B, receiving or retaining. 83. What is the punishment prescribed for the offence under Section 66B of the IT Act? So the punishment is imprisonment up to 3 years or fine up to ₹1 lakh rupees. 84. What does identity theft for which punishment is provided under the information technology means? It means option number B, fraudulently and dishonestly making use of the electronic signature, password or other unique identification of other persons. 85. If a person uses the Facebook ID of another person, under which provision of the IT Act he may be prosecuted? This is option number C, Section 66C. 86. What is the necessary mens rea for the commission of offence under Section 66C of the IT Act? So this is the mens rea is option number A, fraudulently or dishonestly. So 66C actually deals with the punishment for identity theft. Which provision of the IT Act punishes offence of cheating by personation by using computer device? Is option number C, Section 66D. A, access the email of B unauthorizedly by cracking password and further uses B's email to send message to B's uncle pretending that the message is sent by B. Request for depositing 30,000 rupees in the account number given in the email as his cash has been stolen and he has to urgently deposit the college fees. A, commits contravention offence under which section of the Information Technology Act 2000 is option number E, Section 66C and 66D. 89. Offence of violation of privacy as given under Section 66E may be committed against. So the Section 66E deals with the punishment as to violation of privacy, and the section can be used for the welfare of man or woman or any person. Okay, and then 90. Which provision of the IT Act deals with cyber terrorism? Very important. This is option number C, Section 66F. 91. Which section of IT Act 2000 proposes punishment of life imprisonment? Section 66F. So 66F deals with cyber terrorism and the punishment prescribed is imprisonment for life. Question number 92. Which section of the IT Act deals with the child pornography? Again, very important section. This is option number D, Section 67B. Under Section 69 of the IT Act, which authority has the power to issue directions for interception or monitoring or decryption of information? This is option number A, the central government and the state government. So, under this section 69, the central government and the state government has the power to block the access to any website if it actually threatens the security of the nation or the friendly relations with another foreign nation or any other grounds. Question number 94. The central government is empowered under the Information Technology Act to authorize any agency to monitor the traffic data or information generated, transmitted, received or stored in any computer resource when it is satisfied that it is necessary. It is necessary, option number A, in the interest of the sovereignty or integrity of India, defense of India, security of state, foreign relations with foreign states, friendly relations with foreign states, like already I told you. So it's under this section 69, the central government is empowered to monitor the traffic data or information generated, and it can also block the access of the same. 95. Under the Information Technology Act, protected system means it means option number D, declared protected system by appropriate government. 96. The Information Technology Act provides that option number B, offences other than those punishable for a term exceeding 3 years and other than those against child or woman are not compoundable. So only those offences are compoundable which are less than 3 years but not exceeding 3 years, or if it is committed against child or woman, like in the case of violation of privacy under section 66A or 67B, which deals with child pornography. 97. What are the offences that are considered as cognizable and bailable under the Information Technology Act? This is option number D. All offences are cognizable and bailable. So in this case, let us read. Offences punishable with 3 years and above. The offence punishable with imprisonment of 3 years respectively. Then offence punishable with 7 years and offence punishable with imprisonment of 1 year respectively. All offences and offences punishable with imprisonment of 6 months respectively. So all these offences are cognizable and are termed bailable. 19. Who shall investigate any offence under the Information Technology 2000? This option number B, Inspector of Police. 99. A police officer empowered to investigate cyber crime as per section 78 of the Information Technology Act 2000 must not be below the rank of option number B. He must not be below the rank of option number B, Inspector. Now we will be dealing with chapter 12, which deals with intermediaries not to be liable in certain cases, section 69, another very important chapter. So chapter 12 deals with intermediaries. 100. Under the Information Technology Act, which of the given statement is or are correct? So these options are 1 and 2. So let us read. Intermediary is not liable for any third party information if its function is limited to providing access to a communication system, and also option number 2. Intermediary is not liable if it doesn't initiate the transmission, doesn't select receiver, and doesn't select information. Chapter 13, which deals with miscellaneous provisions, sections 80 to 94. 101. Information Technology Act has been given overriding effect on other laws in force except the option number A, rights of any person under Copyright Act or the Patent Act. That means for these offences, the person can be charged both under the Copyright Act or the Patents Act and also under the Information Technology Act. And in those cases, the Information Technology Act doesn't override the acts. Then question number 102. Which of the following on acting in good faith are protected from prosecution under section 84 of the Information Technology Act 2000? This is option number B, the controller. Then 103. Which section of the IT Act deals with the punishment of the abatement of offences under the Act? Option number C, section 84B. 104. Which section of the IT Act deals with the punishment for the attempt of offences under the Act? This is option number B, section 84C. 105. Which provisions deals with the offences by companies? Option number B, section 85. 106. The which authority under the IT Act has the power to make regulation? Option number C, controller. Then 107. The Cyber Regulations Appellate Tribunal Rule 2000 has been passed under which section of the IT Act 2000? Is option number D, section 87. 108. Which word under section 90A of the IT Act is substituted for digital signature? This is option number A, electronic signature. 109. The police suspects Rana of aiding terrorists by arranging safe house and finance. The police has realized that Rana has several email accounts and operates those email accounts using aliases. The police wants to access the email messages being sent and received by Rana to confirm its suspicion. Select the most appropriate method which may be used by the police to access Rana's email account. This is option number D. So the police has to, the investigation officer has to detain him on charges of suspicion and ask for judicial custody from a court. Till the police completes its investigation and make further arrests, the police can obtain the passports from his arrested associates. 110. Sunil is suspected of publishing false digital signature certificates. Sunil is very clever. He creates the false digital signature certificates using his home computer, but sends the certificate using a public computer from a cyber cafe. Suggests the most appropriate method which the law enforcement officials may adopt to arrest Sunil. This is option number B. Conduct the raid on cyber cafe and arrest him while he is mailing the false digital signature certificate. 111. Santosh has managed to obtain the password to Veena's email account. He has been regularly accessing Veena's email account and reading all her mails. Select the most appropriate answer. So Santosh is liable for unauthorized access under the IT Act. 112. An officer of the company shall not be liable to punishment for contravention of any of the provisions of the Information Technology Act 2000 if he proves that the contravention took place without his knowledge or he exercised all due diligence to prevent such contravention. 113. By which Act of 2000 some sections relating to forgery under the IPC were amended. This is option number A, the Information Technology Act. This actually amendment has been done in the year 2008. The Information Technology Amendment Act came into force in option number B 2009. 115. The Information Technology Act 2008 has made amendments in the following sections of the IPC. So this is sections 463, section 466 and section 477A, which deals with forgery. And 116, the publication of obscene material is punishable under, so it is punishable under section 293 of in the Indian Penal Code and also section 67 of the Information Technology Act. 117, Hina wants to store income tax records of the last 3 years in electronic form. However, she is not sure whether it will satisfy legal requirements. Should there be a need to produce those records at a later date before appropriate authority? Advise her by selecting the most appropriate answer. So in that case, she can store the records on any media as long as she is able to retrieve it at a later date. Then question number, this is the last question, 118. The police has arrested Roma for publishing pornography in electronic form. Police wants to produce the images recovered from Roma's website as evidence. The police, however, is not sure whether such evidence will be admissible in court. In the light of this fact, select the most appropriate answer. This is option number D. The court can admit the printouts as evidence if the police attach a certificate saying that the requirements of admissibility of digital evidence have been fulfilled. So this is, with this question, we have actually concluded the session for today, and I hope you all have liked it. Do not forget to give a like, share and subscribe to the channel. So till we meet the next time, thank you and have a nice day.